Paul, we're coming off a big loss to Geelong on Friday night. How are the boys feeling today?
Well, I mean, the one thing that we try to do, and the coaches are very consistent with this, is whether we win or whether we lose, that we try to maintain the same composure and the same outlook for each week. So, it might be for the next 24 hours after a game, you enjoy the win or commiserate with the loss. But by the time you get to Monday, it's really important that we start planning, we start looking ahead, we start getting our bodies right, and we look at the following week's game.
Now, from Friday night, Angus Monfries was subbed out of the game. Is there any concern there, or is it just a precautionary measure?
No, definitely precautionary. We were just coming back from a hamstring. We were just very conscious with Angus that as long as there was no one else that was injured on the ground, that we take Angus off and just rest him, just make sure he's right for the following week. No signs, there was no tightness, there was nothing along those lines. We just felt it was the right thing to do for him, for his preparation for the rest of the year.
And we have a few key players out at the moment in Michael Hurley, David Zaharakis, Paddy Ryder. How are they progressing with their rehabilitation programs?
They're going along well. We know that David had the setback, but he's back on track. He's still a few weeks away. Michael's progressing extremely well. He won't be available this week, but we would hope that he's a good chance for the following week against Adelaide. And Paddy's in about the same boat, progressing well. There's been no complications. So, yeah, all very good over the last 2 weeks.
And in some positive news to the club, Brent Prismal made his long-awaited return to the VFL on the weekend.
Yeah, it was great to see. I mean, it's been a long, hard road for Brent, but it's almost 12 months to the day that he's returned. And, he had some hamstring problems coming back from that knee. He's over those. He went out and he played a solid game. We played him for 20 minutes in each of the second, third and fourth quarters. He got through that fine, and I'm sure he was just happy to be out there on the ground.
And Tate Pearce had a best on-ground performance in the VFL on the weekend as well. Is he in line for selection this week along with a number of other players?
Well, there was a number of guys that I thought played quite well in the VFL, and I suppose Tate Pearce and Jason Winterlick have now both played 3 games back from injury. So, and they both played well, and they're both putting their hands up. So I'm sure that they'll be looked at. We don't have our match committee till Wednesday, but I'm sure those two will at least be talked about. Certainly Tate played a very good game along with Elliot Kavanagh, who played well. But Jason's now played 3 games back, and he does look a class above others at VFL level. So as long as everyone's convinced from a fitness point of view that he's ready to go, he'll get looked at.
And we have a really important game this Friday night against the Hawks in our Clash for Cancer game.
We do. It's it is an absolutely big game for us in so many ways. I mean, the Clash for Cancer is something that this club holds dearly, and with the history of Adam Mermanascus and what the players have done over the years. The players tend to look at this game as a big one, but certainly as a result of our loss last week, we need to fight back. We need to make sure we show the real fight and the hardness that we've built a reputation for the rest of the year. So we know the Hawthorn are flying. They're playing some very good football, and it's going to be a massive challenge. But we seem to lift when it comes to those challenges, and I know the players had a very determined, steely look about them this morning, and hopefully we can take that through to a good performance on Friday night.
Paul, thanks for joining Bomber TV.
Thank you very much.